Okay, let's talk about something that I'm willing to bet you felt before. It's that feeling of having these huge, amazing dreams, but at the same time, feeling like you have zero energy to actually get started. Well, we're going to tackle that head on and figure out how to close that frustrating gap.
So, does this hit close to home? You know what you want. You have the ambition. But when it's actually time to do the thing, something just stops you. And you find yourself saying, I'll get to it tomorrow. But that tomorrow just keeps getting pushed back, doesn't it?
And this really shows the two sides of the coin, right? Over here, you've got these incredible goals. Finally writing that book, getting into the best shape of your life, learning a new instrument. And then, there's reality. The endless scroll, another TV show, the classic, I'll do it later. It's a really frustrating cycle, and today, we're going to learn how to break it.
So let's give this thing a name. We'll call it the ambitious but lazy problem. And I want you to know right off the bat, if this is you, you are so far from being alone in this.
This is such a critical idea to grasp. Feeling this way doesn't mean you're a bad person or that you don't care enough. It's actually about your own biology. Your brain is literally hardwired to save energy. It wants to avoid difficult, painful things and, stick to what's easy and comfortable. So when a goal seems massive, your brain just slams on the brakes.
But here's the really good news. You can totally outsmart your own brain. As soon as you understand the why, the reason you procrastinate, you can start working with your brain's natural tendencies instead of constantly fighting against them.
And this right here, this is the whole game changer. Let's completely redefine what laziness means. It is not a character flaw, it's not who you are, it's just a habit. A habit your brain developed to protect you from things that feel, totally overwhelming.
And you know what's great about habits? They can be changed. This is where you get to take your power back. You can actually rewire that automatic "no, not today" response and build a new habit of taking action. So how on earth do we do that?
It all boils down to these three super simple but incredibly powerful strategies. We're going to learn how to make our goals tiny, create routines that basically run on autopilot, and use one simple rule to get past that first big hurdle of just starting. All right, let's jump into our first strategy. Remember how your brain freaks out when a goal looks too big? Well, the trick is to shrink it down until it's so small, so non-threatening, that your brain doesn't even see it as a big deal.
I mean, this is the perfect example, right? Thinking about learning an entire song on guitar is a lot, but practicing one chord? Hey, anyone can do that. You want to write a book? Forget about the 200 pages. Just write one sentence today. These little wins, they build momentum, and they teach your brain, hey, see? This isn't so scary after all.
Okay, step 2. This is where we stop trying to rely on willpower because, let's be honest, willpower is flaky. It comes and goes. Routines, on the other hand, they put your actions on autopilot, no willpower required.
I just love this analogy. A routine is basically a system you set up to make the right decision the easiest decision. So if you want to start working out in the morning, lay your workout clothes out the night before. Put your shoes right by the bed. It removes the friction and makes it almost automatic to just get up and go.
And that brings us to our final core strategy. This one is specifically designed to defeat the single hardest part of doing anything, which, of course, is just getting started.
That's it. That is the entire rule. Whatever it is you're putting off, just promise yourself you'll do it for 2 minutes. Not 2 hours, 2 minutes. You want to meditate? Just sit and breathe for 120 seconds. Want to clean that disastrously messy room? Just tidy up one little corner for 2 minutes.
And this is exactly why it works. It's physics, really. The goal of the 2-minute rule isn't to finish the task. It's just to get the ball rolling. Because once you've overcome that initial resistance, that first hard push, it's so much easier to just keep going.
Okay, before we tie this all together, I have one last little bonus tip for you that will basically supercharge this whole process.
So here's the secret sauce. Reward yourself for the act of starting. The moment you finish your 2 minutes of effort, give yourself a small, immediate treat. Listen to your favorite song, take a 5-minute break to do nothing, whatever feels good. This teaches your brain that starting things doesn't lead to pain. It actually leads to pleasure. And that makes you way more likely to do it again.
Okay, so we have all these great ideas. How do we pull them all together and turn that tiny spark of motivation into a roaring fire of accomplishment? Let's recap the plan.
This is it. This is your entire action plan. 1. Break your big goal down into a tiny, easy first step. 2. Build a simple routine around it to make it automatic. And 3, just commit to doing it for only 2 minutes. That is the whole system. Simple, right?
And please, remember this. This is probably the most important part. This is not about some huge, heroic, one-time effort. It's not about being perfect. It's about being consistent. It's about just showing up day after day, even in the smallest possible way. Because those tiny, consistent efforts, they are what add up to massive, life-changing results.
So I'll leave you with this one question to think about. Your big dream, that's your fire. And right now, maybe it just feels like a tiny little spark. But every small action, every 2-minute effort, that's kindling. So think about it. What's one tiny spark you can create today to add just a little bit of fuel to your fire?